Warriors! What if you had the secrets to what the billionaires are doing? Now, I've been sharing it with you guys. If you know the game, you can be played. If you look this way at a pandemic, there's a whole nother narrative going on this way. My name is Coach JB. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. So the reality that you're living in financially, spiritually, oftentimes has happened generation after generation. You've been predictive or preemptive programming to be in a job and be just over broke. It doesn't mean if you're in a job that you can't become wealthy. You just have to know how to manage your money properly, understand the key principles of what the billionaires and the high net worth millionaires are doing, right? So there's a huge narrative around cryptocurrency, and it can be very, very confusing, right? We were doing very well, and all of a sudden Bitcoin crashes 50% or the market crashes 50%, and there's been sideways action, okay? Now, what I want to share with you guys is we do 8 to 9 hours of research a day. We have a research team, which you met yesterday, and I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to do that on a weekly basis, really diving deep into the research we're doing and taking stuff off the chopping room table and bringing it to you to educate yourself. Because what you're not learning is this stuff in economics. You're not learning this in economy class in school. You're not learning this in the college that you go to get your job. They're teaching you to get into a job, to be in a system, get paid every single Friday, to die to get to the weekend, and then be stressed out to get to Monday. And you're making somebody else very, very rich. So let's dive into it. Have you ever wondered what the billionaires are doing? So let's take a deep dive first of how many billionaires there are. So in the world, I think there's 700 billion. How many people are there? 700 billion people? Let's look it up. Let's look it up together. So you can see there's 2,755 billionaires. Okay. So remember that number, 2,755 billionaires. Let's see. World population. Follow along with me. I'm going to show you exactly what the billionaires are doing here. Okay. So world population. Yep. So there we go. So that's million, right? So there's 100,000. So there's 7 billion people in the world. Okay. So 7 billion people in the world. Let's go back to how many billionaires are there in the world? So out of 7, so this is millionaires. There's 51 millionaires out of 7 billion people in the world. How many billionaires are there in the world? Remember, it's 2,075 out of 7 billion people in the world. 2,725 billionaires. Let that sink in. So let's look at some of the top billionaires and what they're doing. So where would you take your advice from? Think about this. Would you follow the people who are innovators, people that are thinking ahead, who are not buying the news, but buying the rumors as it moves forward? And this young lady right here, Cathie Woods, who you're seeing right here on the screen, is one of the most dynamic investors and is blowing it out of the water with their investment company. Cathie Woods has been predicting the markets as they move forward based on her research team. So what we do at the Warrior Academy, we have a little mini research team, and my goal and my dreams is to be like Cathie Wood in the future, to be so innovative and such a great research team that we can see the trends moving forward in the market. That's how we did our cryptocurrency investing. So listen to what Cathie Woods says. She is remarkable and crushing it in the space. Cathie Woods is also a very high net worth individual. So listen to this.
I think back in April, told Dow Jones that it could go to about $500,000. Do you still hold that target? Do you still think that's where we're headed?
We do. I do. Yassine El-Mandra.
And they're talking about Bitcoin, by the way.
Is our crypto analyst, and we go through soul searching times like this and scrape the models. And yes, our conviction is as high. The one thing that has changed here, however, is the environmental concerns around Bitcoin in particular have caused people like Elon Musk to pull away and say, whoa, 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 let me make sure I understand this. And we believe that even this is going to change because, first of all, right now, the percentage of Bitcoin mined with renewables and hydroelectric power is quite substantial. I think in China, it's over 50% in renewables. And we also believe, and we wrote a paper in conjunction with Square on this, and we're going to have a conference about it in July. We believe that Bitcoin mining integrated into the distributed grid, and by that I mean solar roofs, power walls in homes.
Boom. There's a narrative right there. Kevin O'Leary got into Bitcoin because he said he's starting to work with miners who are energy efficient miners. Elon Musk all of a sudden backs up and says, wait a minute, we're not accepting payments. I guarantee you're going to see that Elon Musk, people like Kevin O'Leary, people like Cathie Woods here is going to come up with technology to make Bitcoin mining more efficient. They not only invest in it, but they actually build the infrastructures to make it better, warriors. Okay, so that's Cathie Woods. Let's move over to Warren Buffett. Now, I'm not saying that Warren Buffett is in cryptocurrency, but I shared with you guys a narrative. This is one of the richest men, one of the highest touted investors in the world. This gentleman is still crushing it. I think he's like 89. I don't want to misquote that, 82. I think he's about 89 years old almost. Now, Berkshire Hathaway invests $500 million in Brazilian digital bank Nubank. Nubank is involved in Bitcoin. Okay, Berkshire Hathaway led the renowned investor and Bitcoin critic Warren Buffett has made a $500 million investment in Brazilian digital bank Nubank. In the announcement Tuesday, Nubank said that Berkshire Hathaway invested is an extension of the G Series funding carried out January. Series G is an eighth fundraising event for the startup. Nubank said in terms of the numbers of customers, it has recently reached 40 million and in the first 5 months of the year and has grown and outpaced that of 45,000 new customers per day. The digital bank has been recognized as an influential company in Latin America by Time Magazine and one of the most innovative by CNBC. Warren Buffett's not stupid. Think about this. Maybe he's not in Bitcoin, but he did close out of some of the heavy bank stocks and he's moving into digital banks, which are attached to cryptocurrency. Okay. Now these are billionaires we're talking about. Let's go in Ray Dalio. I have some Bitcoin. The billionaire hedge fund boss sees an inflationary future where cash is trash and BTC catches as a store of wealth. He still doubts governments will tolerate it, but concerns about looming global debt crisis have taken the world towards top hedge fund manager from doubting Bitcoin to dabbling in it. Bridgewater Associates founder Ray Dalio said the US dollar is on the verge of devaluation on the level last seen since 1971, and that China has threatened the greenback's role as the world's reserve currency. So now we have Cathie Woods, one of the most touted investors, female investors out there crushing the space in a male-dominant environment. She's my hero. She's phenomenal. And we go over to Warren Buffett, who invested in Nubank, which is a digital bank. Okay. We got Ray Dalio admitting he's in Bitcoin. And when I did my video last year using Ray Dalio as my economic education, a lot of people came at me in the comments saying he's not into cryptocurrency. Well, here you go. There's my 3-year-old moment to say I told you so. Okay, then we go over to Tim Draper. Tim Draper's always been heavily involved in cryptocurrency, but Silicon Valley's Tim Draper, wearing a Bitcoin tie, says crypto coins are good for humanity. Venture capitalist Tim Draper told CNBC on Friday that Bitcoin is good for humanity and the federal regulators should give it room to flourish. Cryptocurrencies have faced increased criticism from Washington, D.C. after Facebook announced that a dozen of other companies are developing a new cryptocurrency called Libra. Now, this is an old article back from July 2019. Okay. Then we go over to Elon Musk. We know Elon Musk has been fudding the crap out of the market, but this article came out on June 7th, 2021. It says a new space race has begun amid the crypto price mayhem. Elon Musk doubles down on Dogecoin plan to beat Bitcoin to the moon. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency prices, including Tesla billionaire Elon Musk's pet project, Dogecoin, have struggled over the last month. The Dogecoin price, after climbing many thousands of percents in the first few months this year, has lost 40% of its value in the last 30 days, following along Bitcoin in a brutal sell-off that wiped out $1 trillion from the broad cryptocurrency market. All narrative, warriors. Narrative, narrative, narrative. Every single one of these people listed here in my computer right here up on this browser is buying your fear. The fear index is through the roof. I'm filming this from Wednesday, the previous week. You guys know I'm on my spiritual journey right now, but I want to let you know the fear index as I speak about this is through the roof. They are buying your fear. Let's continue on. Some more billionaires. Remember, there's only 2,725 billionaires in the world out of 7 billion people in the world. Mark Cuban, here we go. He's talking about cryptocurrency.
I think gold and Bitcoin is being the same thing. I hate gold. Gold is a religion. There's some fundamental value to gold, but everything else, it's a collectible. As an investment, okay, you're right. Hate is not strong enough. hate with extreme prejudice as an investment.
Oh gosh. Okay, so Bitcoin and gold on the same level for you.
Both collectibles.
Okay.
The value is based off of supply and demand. Let me say it one more time. Hate with extreme prejudice is not enough. Hate with double extreme prejudice with that ounce of hot sauce.
What is this?
If you're a true adventurer and you really want to throw the Hail Mary, you might take 10% and put it in Bitcoin or Ethereum. But if you do that, you've got to pretend you've already lost your money.
Get ready, Warriors. Remember, do what they do, not what they say. Buy the rumors, sell the news.
Il solde. Bumpy.
Well, let's pause that for just a minute. Want to spend your BTC somewhere? Spend it with the Mavs and get a 25% discount for using Bitcoin. Watching the crypto trade is exactly like the internet stock bubble. Exactly. I think BTC, ETH, and a few others will be analogous to those that were built during the dot-com era, survived the bubble bursting, and thrived, like Amazon, eBay, Priceline. These are billionaires. Who are you going to follow, Warriors? Who are you going to follow? Watch this. Mark Cuban's response. Along the way, many fortunes will be made and lost, and we'll find out who has the stomach to hodl and who doesn't. My advice, learn how to hedge. And during the dot-com bubble, the experts try to justify whether the pricing of the day is crypto, much like gold, is a supply and demand driven. All narratives about debasement, fiat, etc. are just sales pitches. The biggest sales pitch is scarcity versus demand. That's it. Scarcity versus demand. That's why they're all jumping into Bitcoin. Scarcity versus demand. All right, Warriors. So I want to give credit where credit is due with that video. So that was from Jamie Tree. If you want to find that, the YouTube channel, Jamie Tree. It's called Mark Cuban Bitcoin Ethereum Prediction. Let's continue on our journey of billionaires. Let's go into a Facebook retired, or I don't know if he's a retired executive, but he's one of my favorites, Chamath Pal. I can't even pronounce his last name. Look up Chamath. You will find him. He is a cryptocurrency genius. But check this out, what he's talking about Bitcoin.
We don't have that much
Oh,
time.
By the way, he's a billionaire.
Time left. Let's talk rocket ships. First, Bitcoin. That falls into that category because that's what that is. 39,000. Where's it going?
I mean, can you play the clip in 2012 and 13 when it was at 200 and everybody was laughing at me on CNBC every time I would talk about Bitcoin? Where is it going? It's probably going to 100, then 150, then 200,000. In what period? I don't know. 5 years, 10 years, but it's going there. And the reason is because every time you see all of this stuff happening, it just reminds you that, wow, our leaders are not as trustworthy and reliable as they used to be. And so just in case, we really do need to have some kind of, insurance we can keep under our pillow that gives us some access to an uncorrelated hedge. And it's going to eventually transition to something much more important. But for right now, you're just getting all these data points that prove this thing. It's just the fabric of society is frayed. And until we figure out how to make it better, it's time to just have a little schmuck insurance on the side. And everybody's running in. It's just an incredible thing. I could never have imagined it.
Another billionaire word. Shall we continue on? That was on January 7th, 2021. We all know Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. You know, you can tell the narrative, nefarious, non-nefarious, whatever you want, but this is what the billionaires are doing. So are you going to sit back as an armchair quarterback and complain about it, or get involved in the biggest shift in generational wealth? Facebook, Zuckerberg, this is an old article, obviously. This is January 9th, 2020. Facebook, Zuckerberg highlights digital commerce, but no Libra in 2030 vision. Now, we know he launched Libra, which got crushed by Congress. They literally went after him with flaming arrows to stop it because they were not ready to launch CBDCs. They were not ready for the cryptocurrency space. So they started coming after it. Remember, they resist it, they sue it, they regulate it, then they join it. Well, let's go to one of our favorite nefarious people that people go crazy about is Bill and Melinda Gates. Now, Bill and Melinda Gates, yeah, he's against crypto, or not. He's openly against Bitcoin. But how Bill and Melinda Gates is using cryptocurrency, Ripple, to fight global poverty. The potential for using blockchain to do real good in the world is no longer just a concept. If you're reading this article, you obviously have crossed to a computer or a smartphone. You have a roof over your head, Wi-Fi, and education. Sure, you've worked hard for those things, but those are also those are countries where these things have an infrastructure in place where they cannot accomplish this, and it's not even possible. So they linked up with Ripple to bring and fight global poverty. So this is really not about the narrative of whether you like them or not. This is a fact that he's linked up to a cryptocurrency company. So 725 billionaires out of 7 billion people in the world. So these are what some of the top billionaires are doing, warriors. They didn't become billionaires by following the news and the FUD. What they did is they methodically researched where we're going, not where we've been, and they started to make financial decisions based on the future. They have information that we don't have, warriors. So all we can do is look and watch and listen to what they say and do the opposite of what they say. Remember, when you hear rumors, that's the time to buy. When you hear news, the news is created by the top 6 companies in the world, which are owned by the richest people in the world. By the time you hear the news, it's what they want you to hear. So remember, you sell the news, you buy the rumors. The fear index is through the roof right now. That's why you're not seeing a bunch of retail investors flooding in, because they're scared. They want you scared. We're buying your fear. That's exactly what happens. So warriors, we're here to support you in this. I just want to continue to bring these videos to you guys. Right now, as we speak, I'm in my spiritual journey, but I continue to bring you videos on a daily basis to help inform you and educate you. And I hope you enjoyed the education video from my research team. We're going to continue to research 8 to 9 hours a day to bring you information. So if you'd like to join our private Warrior Academy, you can have access to my exact portfolio, exactly what it looks like in the quantum financial system, exactly what I'm doing and what moves that I make. I'm a very fundamental investor. I'm not jumping in and out of cryptocurrencies. We have a technical analysis team doing technical analysis calls. We have a crypto Discord. We have a crypto call. We're also going live within our Discord, supporting you and motivating you and helping you in the quantum financial system. We also have access to an exit strategy. You have to have an exit strategy in the space wars, because you're going to be like 99% that are going to go flying up parabolic moves and come sliding down the back end because you had no game plan. Now, this isn't about getting rich quick, warriors. If you're looking for a get rich quick program, this is not it. This is fundamentals, surrounding yourself with good people, subconscious mind programming, goal setting, vision board creation. We actually have a workout program as well, nutrition. It's a holistic approach to life and working all of us together to build generational wealth and bring the money back to the people. Instead of complaining about it, be about it. So click the link down below in this description, in this video down below, down there. You can actually join our private Warrior Academy, and we will welcome you in with open arms. And we will say, warriors, rise. Let's go. We all got to get our shit together.